Now, there were a lot of different important facts in that video, and we're going to do a little more in depth about some of those points we just learned about. Most importantly, the different types of fat. So, what exactly is fat? Fat is the third and final macronutrient in the food you eat can usually break down into. Usually, it's the last source of energy that your body will turn to. That means that once your body has used up all the carbs and protein, it'll start to break down fat for energy. So, what are the roles of fat? Fat actually plays many roles that are super important to the body. First of all, it insulates and maintains body temperature, protects our organs, acts as an energy reserve, and helps us absorb certain vitamins. Having fat in our diet is not a bad thing, and it often gets a bad rep, but that can be explained by the different types of fat. So, what are the different types of fat? There are three main types: trans fats, unsaturated fats, and saturated fats. We will learn all about these three in the next slides and in the coming minutes. First, trans fats. These should be cut out of your diet as much as possible. Your body does not need nor benefit from trans fats. In fact, consuming trans fats can increase your risk for health problems, including heart disease, weight gain, and diabetes. Trans fats are made through a process called hydrogenation, and this process basically turns liquid oils into solid fats, such as margarine. So, what are some sources of trans fats? They can be found in generally anything fried or battered, shortening and stick margarine, cakes, pies, and donuts. All of them have trans fats, and lastly, snack foods and fast food. Now, let's talk about saturated and unsaturated fats. Well, how do you determine which one's saturated and which one's unsaturated? This is determined by their chemical structure. Saturated fats have chemical bonds in a straight line, making them solid at room temperature because they can pack closely together. On the other hand, unsaturated fats actually have bends in their structure, so they're usually in a liquid state at room temperature. Should you have more or less saturated fat in your diet? You should actually have less, because saturated fats are known to increase cholesterol and heart problems. What are some sources of saturated fats? These typically come from animal sources, including fatty beef, lamb, pork, chicken, or turkey with the skin on, butter, cream, and full fat cheese. So, should you have more or less unsaturated fat in your diet? You should have more because unsaturated fats, they're actually known to decrease your risk of heart problems. So, what are some sources of unsaturated fats? These usually come from plant sources such as avocados, nuts, seeds, olives, and oils like canola and olive oil. So now let's talk about cholesterol. It's a substance like fat found in animal products. Well, does your body need cholesterol then? Yes, your body needs cholesterol to perform important jobs such as making hormones and building cells. So, does your body need cholesterol from food? Well, the answer is no. Your body can produce all the cholesterol it needs. High cholesterol foods are often high in saturated fats, which increase the risk of heart disease. So that's why people tell you to stay away from cholesterol because it's associated with saturated fatty foods. So, what are some sources of cholesterol? These include cheese, meats, and eggs. So, does that mean that eggs are bad for you? Not at all, because eggs are a great source of protein. The key is moderation. Common recommendations suggest consuming 2 to 6 egg yolks per week. But remember that key word of moderation.